We start with our leading story and developing story. IPSS Emergency Services has confirmed that now 2 people are believed to be construction workers have died after a 4-story temple collapsed in the Verulam area, which is north of Durban. Preliminary reports indicate that the temple was fully functional and that another structure was being constructed on top of it, and several people have since been hospitalized. Survivors are telephonically communicating from under the rubble as rescue operations continue on the scene, and some of those who've been rescued have been taken to hospital for further treatment while work continues to free those who remain trapped. Provincial spokesperson for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, or COGTA, Senzelwe Mzila, has rebutted claims of weather conditions being a cause of this particular incident. All right, let's now bring in IPSS Emergency Services spokesperson, Ms. Kelsey-Jae Myrik, for the very latest update on the rescue operations. Kelsey, we really do appreciate you taking time to talk to us at this particular stage. A very good afternoon. Look, we have seen your members very active on the scene since the incident. What can you confirm to us about the latest developments in your rescue efforts at this particular time?
So our teams on scene have been trying to gain access now to those that are entrapped under the rubble. Sadly, it's been confirmed 1 deceased, a second deceased now as well. The third person that was initially responding to rescuers has now stopped responding, so we are unsure of their status at this point. Unfortunately, as of a few minutes ago, the rescue has had to be halted due to the structure being very unstable and it being unsafe for rescuers.
Now, in terms of the latest numbers of those who remain trapped, Kelsey, just how many are still alive and trapped and still awaiting rescue?
So currently, we cannot fully confirm because they are not responding to rescuers anymore. There are 1 or 2, but like I said, we cannot fully confirm as of yet until rescuers reach them or they start making communication with rescuers again.
And the last time you were able to communicate with those that were still trapped inside, Kelsey, how many exactly were still alive? And if you are able to confirm if one of the ones that has now since been confirmed dead, the second one to be confirmed dead, is part of those that had remained trapped under the rubble?
Yes, so initially there were 4 trapped under. 1 was confirmed deceased at an early stage in the rescue. A further 1 person then managed to get out. Then there were now 2 remaining who were communicating with rescuers still. And then as of recently, there has been no more communication with one of those 2 we believe to be deceased. And the last one, we have no idea of their status.
Kelsey, very concerning indeed, because I saw earlier when you were speaking to our reporters on the scene, you've just made mention of it now, that engineers had to arrive and actually declare the structure safe enough in order for your teams to proceed with your rescue efforts. Have the engineers indeed arrived at any part of the day to actually declare the structure safe enough so that your teams can actually go well ahead with your retrieval efforts?
So as of now, as far as I know, the structure has been deemed unsafe for our rescuers to continue their rescue efforts. I am not 100% sure if it is an engineer that has said that, but our teams have pulled back from inside the structure due to safety concerns. Obviously, Metro Search and Rescue and all those other role players are there that also make those decisions.
Kelsey, maybe just paint us a picture. I mean, you were one of the first responders to arrive on the scene. Talk to us about what you found there, the types of injuries, and what you could attribute to what likely might have happened leading to the collapse.
So there were multiple patients that had been removed from the scene prior to our arrival with unknown injuries. Then there were multiple patients stuck on one side of the building, but not entrapped under the rubble. Rescuers, after about an hour or 2, managed to get them safely to where they could be assessed. They were found to have no serious injuries. And then obviously a bit chaotic with all the different role players arriving. Obviously family members of those who are entrapped started arriving. So it's always a very sad situation, and always a bit chaotic at the beginning. But I think as things are now falling into place and plans are hopefully being made, things are starting to calm down a bit.
And Kelsey, I mean, while we're still on the topic, I mean, you spoke about the fact that your mission, your rescue mission has since been halted due to the danger of the structure not being stable enough. I mean, we saw the delegation from COGTA arrive earlier on. They said they were bringing reinforcements as well as machinery to try and assist the likes of yourselves, rescue personnel, to try and gain entry to retrieve those that were trapped. I mean, has there been any headway in their assistance at this stage? And if you're saying that your rescue efforts have been halted, do you know how long you will stay waiting for the structure to be stable enough so that you can continue with your rescue?
So there have been pieces of heavy machinery brought in, such as a crane, some other pieces of machinery, as well as fire department has their extrication machinery, which can be used also in this situation. Unfortunately, there has to be a proper assessment made of the full structure before we can even give a timeline of when recovery efforts and further rescue efforts can go ahead. Unfortunately, with structural collapses like this, they aren't quick, especially to ensure the safety of those people trying to perform the rescues.
Absolutely, and we understand this might take place continue well until tomorrow. Kelsey, we really do appreciate you taking time to talk to us, and all the best with your recovery efforts there. That is Ms. Kelsey-Jae Myrik, IPSS rescue spokesperson, with the very latest update from the temple collapse out in Verulam, where she's just confirmed to us that a second person has now since been declared deceased from that collapse.